everybody? Welcome in and welcome back to episode number 112 of the 3 Count Out podcast. My name is Ara, and joining me this week, or right now, one half of the Detroit duo, Mike, my beautiful bearded brother, and then we have Jackal joining us a little bit later. I'm not exactly sure where he is. I just got a very scribbled napkin that just says Jackal Mania shit. Don't worry about it. So I don't know.
I think between Jackal Mania and wedding, he's starting to lose it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows where he is.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot going on, so he'll be joining us later. But that's fine because we have we have Elimination Chamber to talk about. We'll get into that later. In the meantime, there's been some WWE 2K26 leaks. Have you seen that stuff that's out there?
I just saw the couple things he posted. Other than that, no. When you were talking about it, I was like, good. I haven't seen it yet, so
okay.
Kind of. So I'm excited to either hate it or not hate it, but not love it.
Yeah. Well, you know how one of the criticisms that we have every single year is that they just take old shit and just put it in the new game and don't change it in any way, shape, or form. They're still doing that. I have seen many videos of the entrance motions for superstars that are just completely years old. Tiffany Stratton still using her NXT entrance in 2K26. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also saw Liv Morgan was still doing like the entrance from like 2K19 because she like I guess hit a different pose in that one or something, and like people, it's small details, but now that people are actually getting to dig into it, the cracks are showing just a little bit. Also, I have questions about their roster because the full roster list is out.
Is it?
Yeah, the no real huge names missing, which is a good thing. The only names that I could like look at that list and be like, why are they not in this game? Were like NXT people. Which
I'm sure is going to end up being DLC down the road.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, not DLC, but probably in their ringside pass right next to the 6-7 emote.
Of course.
Yeah. They'll be in a battle pass. Just like I think Mr. Iguana
Jackal Mania, I will jump out a window.
If somebody hits the 6-7 emote of Jackal Mania, or in 3 Count Wrestling, spoiler alert, that's going to be happening. 3CW, if you will. We're the best wrestle. But
it's where the rest wrestle.
If Jackal Mania is the WWE of 2K, then 3CW is the AEW or ECW, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be chaos. But we'll have more of that when we get closer.
Breaking news. Unfortunately, you were wrong. El Grande Americano did not win.
Fuck.
Jey Uso did.
Oh, main event, Jey Uso. Yeet. So that way he can get... Hey, spoiler alert. Jey Uso is going to climb on top of his Elimination Chamber pod and yeet. And then they're going to run it back.
I don't like knowing that you're right.
You don't like knowing that I'm right, but you know that I'm right. You fucking know that I'm right. Jey Uso doesn't have any other spots in his fucking arsenal besides a shitty spear and the shitty Uso splash. Hey. You know what? Let me add on to this. Jey Uso is going to climb up to the top of the Elimination Chamber pod, do the yeet, run it back, do the yeet again, and then hit the world's shittiest splash ever from the top of the pod. And somehow probably miss.
Well, did you see, I don't know if you were watching this match earlier, El Grande tried to do a coast-to-coast headbutt. Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, and even commentary was like, oh, man, El Grande's rocked. And then he immediately popped out a German suplex into a bridge. Beautiful.
Well, yeah.
Whoever's under that mask, they have some, I dare I say, Olympic-level suplex skills. Still could be Omos.
Is really good at it. Yeah.
Still, hey, listen, when you're 7 feet tall, that's a damn good suplex.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, hey, speaking of Raw tonight, tonight's the AJ Styles tribute episode. And so far, I've only seen, we are, for the record, we are recording this during Monday Night Raw. So we're only somewhat in, and as per usual, when we record during episodes, we'll have these kind of cut-ins of live things. But I think that having an AJ Styles tribute episode and not having AJ Styles until presumably the end, since we're like an hour in and we haven't seen him yet, seems like kind of false advertising.
It looks like they're doing like the history of AJ Styles as the show goes. So it started off, they just did like when he came into, wrestling or into WWE, and it was his first thing. And then they showed Bobby Roode and Shinsuke talking backstage. Like they, just chat all the time. And now CM Punk just showed up in race car with Tyler Reddick.
Who?
Race car driver.
Sure. Good for him.
Yeah. It's going great so far for Rock. Good for them.
Well, CM Punk has a match to prepare for, but I guess,
it's not Clash
do
donuts anymore, by the way.
No, it's Clash in Italy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Going to old Italia. That one, I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what that crowd is like, because that WWE with these international crowds, they've gotten in a habit of going to like specific ones over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that those crowds aren't energetic, but you can tell, like, okay, we know that when they're going to Australia, we know who they're going to put on the... like, there's stuff like that where, like, you just kind of know what these audiences are expecting now, because they're getting these shows more often, as they should be. Hey, if Santino shows up in Italy, he's going to get the biggest fucking pop of the night, all right? The Milan Miracle? Dude, crazy.
Yeah.
But like going to these different places, like go to new international places. You know what I mean? Like that, because now I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, I don't know what to expect from an Italian crowd. I mean, do they fucking, what chance does Italy have? Because it's not going to be the fucking Roman Reigns over and over and over again. It's going to be something in Italian. Instead of throwing trash in the ring, do they throw meatballs? I don't know. There's only one way to find out.
If I was a wrestler and somebody was throwing meatballs in the ring, I would be stoked.
Oh, dude, I'd be opening up my mouth. I'd be like, wait, aim it. Somebody throw me a meatball, and then 30,000 meatballs. No, so I'm excited for that at least. It's a little bit different.
Yes. Did they leak anything else? I mean, I know we saw some of the Battle Pass, the stuff. Entrance-wise is the exact same.
So one of the things that I saw was there's obviously universe mode changes, which is what I'm excited about. And that's why I'm going to put a quick disclaimer on here. Provided universe mode works and doesn't make me want to throw my controller through a wall, I would like to do universe mode videos. If you hear me talking about 3CW, that's what that stuff is. So make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube. So if universe mode works, you can watch it as soon as it goes up. But they made some changes there where you can have like promos that lead to like specific outcomes. So you have a lot more control over stuff. It's almost like what the older universe mode was, where like in the old one, you used to be able to like pick match winners. And this one seems like it's a lot more like set it up, and then you can kind of just like sit back and watch it, which I'm excited about. But one of the things that I saw is also that they have like playable versions of like the normal characters that you wouldn't be able to play as. So they have like a Wade Barrett playable and like a Wade Barrett announcer. They have Adam Pearce with his NWA theme. They have Nick Aldis with his NWA theme. They have Ring of Honor CM Punk with his Ring of Honor theme.
Ooh.
So there's
actual good things.
Yeah, it seems like 2K26 is kind of the same formula from 2K that we would expect, but there are at least, I think, I think maybe they embraced a little bit of like the data miner side where like in 2K25, it was always something would get released and it would be behind some fucking like My Faction paywall. And then you would just wait for what's the status to upload it to community creations. And like now it seems like they're just saying, hey guys, we know that this is what you want. We're just going to put it in the game. And you still have to deal with it being 2K, and you still have to like the My Rise, you're still going to get assigned a persona. This year, you're the archetype. Definitely not the prototype. Definitely not early John Cena. I hope they just don't force that on. I hope that like I don't mind if they force a nickname. I mind if they force like gear and stuff. That's like when they did like the lock and you had to have like the fucking padlock on. That was just dumb as shit. But there, you know, it seems like 2K is kind of the same formula. Like they still just took 2K25 and, you know, made it into 2K26. They didn't really rewrite anything, but it seems like they at least added stuff. So that's nice.
I do wish that they got rid of the island. I wish they would have done something else, done something better, and gotten rid of that hunk of shit instead of going, well, we want you to spend, even though you're spending, you know, if you get the biggest one, like $150 on this game, most people are going to spend like $99, so $100 on this game. I also want you to buy more shit in our game because fuck you guys. We don't actually care about you.
And don't forget that, you know, 2K25 or 2K26 at launch is going to have stuff behind this Season 1 Battle Pass, which you have to play the island for. So they are forcing you to play the island. And I'm not against there being some sort of Battle Pass in a 2K game, because I think, listen, I play a lot of games that have Battle Passes in them. I think Battle Passes... In modern gaming, battle passes are how you keep your game relevant after, you know, there's like 2 or 3 weeks when a game launches where it's extremely popular and all of the streamers are playing it and all the YouTube videos for it are coming out. It's on everybody's algorithm, and then eventually it drops off. A good example of this is like Helldivers. Helldivers is years old at this point, and people come back in waves because they have a major update with a new battle pass. They put something out and then people come back to it. It's like a, you know, every couple of months. So one of my main complaints with WWE 2K games is always that, you know, I play it, I unlock everything, and then I'm good and I'm done. And like, there's, you know, I get what I want to get. And, you know, I play maybe a couple months of GM mode until I get burnt out. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll wait. So if you have a battle pass, it gives me something to do in the meantime. But I really don't want to have to play the island.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do. Especially, can we just get Roman Reigns out of that? Can we, like, you have a whole roster of superstars to pick from. Can we not treat... I understand that last year was like Roman Reigns' game, and they were like, look, it's, you know, he's the star, blah, 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 blah. Can we, like, actually maybe dig in? They have a whole, like, WWE as a whole basically gaming division with up, down, down. Like, yeah, it's not a WWE channel, but it is. And it's like, you're not going to use any of that.
They're busy playing My GM.
Well, yeah, and hey, you can be Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze in My GM. Also, Tyler Breeze playable in 2K26.
Good.
While we're on the topic, somebody else that's playable in 2K26, Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, thank God he's still a part of the company. Oh.
Yep. I saw him on the list, and I was like, no fucking way they kept him. And I, like, went to the 2K page, because WWE has this shit out, and I was like, no fucking way. And it is official. He is on the playable roster for 2K26.
How hard is it, really? I wish I knew how hard it would actually be to be like, hey, not here anymore. But we did add 40 new people because we could probably put in some TNA people if we really wanted to. Or, you know, all those NXT fucking guys. Nah, we're just going to keep this guy that's already gone, and we're not going to add anybody else.
Well, they did put in some NXT people or some TNA people. You know, you have Abyss.
Oh wait, he was there last year.
Was he?
Yeah, he was DLC.
Oh, DLC doesn't count. He's in the base game. Now
Oh
he's
boy,
actually in a game.
Bet they don't change a fucking thing about him.
Also, fucking God, I forget what his actual name is. I should hold on. Let me pull this list up because it's gonna bother me. But it was the sumo guy that was with Josh Briggs in NXT. The Japanese dude who was a sumo wrestler.
The guy that was there for like a month and a half, 2 months, and hasn't been back since.
Yeah, and he's in 2K26. Yoshiki Inamura, that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's on 2K26. He's there in the playable roster. Let's see who else we have. We have of course you have the Iron Sheik, of course, because everybody wants to play as him in games.
Thank God he's still there. I was worried.
Oh, Sid Justice is in the game. Great. Everybody loves Psycho Sid. Oh, Psycho Clown made it into the game. Psycho Clown, though, he's behind a battle pass. And
of course,
I think you can rip his face off. I hope you should be, I hope you're able to. You kind of need to be able to, but original El Grande Americano. Yeah, we have the original El Grande Americano and the regular El Grande Americano.
Unrelated to both of those, are Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser in the game?
That's a great question.
I just unrelated. I was just thinking about it.
Chad Gable is in 2K26, and Ludwig Kaiser is also in 2K26.
Good.
Now, here's my question. Is Omos in 2K26?
Good question.
Yes, Omos is in 2K26.
Okay. All my
we dodged a bullet there. Yeah. We still truly have no idea. It could be anybody under there.
It could be.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of it seems like it's a lot of legends. It feels like I think it was like 2K20 or 2K21 where they were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Anybody we have a model for is in the game now. And they just like put everybody in there, and then they pulled a bunch out, and they were like, we're gonna put them in DLCs. And it kind of just feels like they've decided to not do that, you know, where they're just like, fuck it, have them in the game again. And I look forward to that because like it's just one of those dumb things that 2K has always done. You know, like I hope to God that 2K has fixed their servers. I know they haven't. But, like, if there is fun matchmaking on this, if there's a battle pass that keeps me coming back, then this could be worth something, you know? I hope, if nothing else, that we get some good universe mode videos out of it. But
hell yeah. That's what I'm hoping.
But like, me saying that is, like, the absolute, like, bar on the floor, you know? Like,
yeah.
2K in years past has not been one to keep our trust, especially, you know, I've tried streaming it. Jackal's tried streaming it. The game alone has its fair share of issues.
I still remember for like the first 6.5 months that game was out, just him setting up Jackal Mania, he had more hours in the game than I did. And I played it at least, if not every day, every week. And he still had more hours just from Jackal Mania. I think now I'm up by like 10, 15 hours. Every now and then I'll turn it on. I'll play a couple pay-per-views in universe mode and be like, okay, and I'll turn it back off.
Yeah.
That's not what it's good for.
I'm hoping that there's some more longevity to it this year. And add a whole bunch of stuff in and say, look, it's still 2K, so we still have like 2K has just always been one of those franchises where like they just have dumb limitations on it for no reason. You know, like they have access to like all of this like menu music and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, well, let me use that for my superstar entrance. Like I want to have cool music. I don't want to just have, you know, somebody else's music or just whatever generic music that they put, like fucking Patriot 1 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like it's always been one of those games where it's just like they just take shit out for no reason, or like create a finisher. Why did they take that out? That was so fun.
Yeah.
And this year,
because we were having too much fun with it.
Yeah, well, this year they don't have create a finisher, but one of the things that I am interested in is they're adding in basically like AI like chain moves, almost like AI combos. So you're going to be able to like pick certain like spots and stuff that people do. So like if you want to have like like the Cena comeback, like something like that, you can make it so that way like when you hit your comeback, it's actually that, and it's like you're going to be able to put in like even like striking combos and stuff like that. So there's a lot of small customization stuff that they're adding in, which makes me excited because I've always felt like the 2K creation suite just hasn't been as fun from like I think back to like WWE 12 or like WWE 13 or like even SmackDown versus Raw, where you could just make abominations. Like you can make like the arms super tiny and just the chest super big. And like it made no fucking sense what you were making, and I just kind of want that back in a 2K game. I just want some weird.
Yeah, it used to just be even as simple as like, oh, I can wear a dinosaur suit.
Yeah,
cool. It's stupid, but okay.
Hey,
and you can't even do
Mr.
that
Iguana
now.
came from SmackDown versus Raw 2007. He made Mr. Iguana in the creative suite there, and it's like, okay, so. Like, you were able to make shit like that back then where it's just so wacky and weird and fun and kind of, like, make sense as to, like, what it looks like. Like, you have enough control where you can have a unique look. And then that even translates over to real-life wrestling. And then we don't get that back in a 2K game until this dude literally gets hired by the company using the persona that he made in a video game. So, like, and Mr. Iguana, by the way... Battle Pass.
Of course.
Yeah. Because, you can't have the popular people not behind a paywall. Joe Hendry's free, though. So, there we go.
You got to buy the game.
Huh?
I said you got to buy the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get the game. But at least he's, in the base game and not a DLC that they're going to add in 6 months, It's
true. I do hope, like, if they're planning on DLC down the road, I hope it doesn't suck like this year did. Where you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to use this one person out of this one. Fuck off with your celebrities. Putting in fucking basketball players. I get your 2K, so it's cool that you also have basketball games and you already have those. You already have those, that digital of those people. I don't want to fucking play as Tyrese Halliburton again. God damn it. I also don't want to play as KSI is a bottle of Prime.
Yeah.
Like, that is just so stupid.
Well, the basketball players and all that dumb shit, that's just laziness. That's what it comes down to. They're like, we already have the scans, we'll put them in the game. Then they give them, they give them generic ass fucking move sets where they're like, here's giant one move set that, you get it from a creator wrestler.
Yeah.
And there you go. They all have the big boot as the finisher. They all have a splash off the top rope. And that's all you need. It's, again, it's just one of those things where I hope that they can at least, make some change. I feel like they don't need to change the game at its base. They should. They should just remake the fucking game. They're not going to.
Yeah.
From a consumer satisfaction standpoint, from me, I'm going to put on my actual IT game developer cap here. I went to school for this shit. If you're just trying to make people as satisfied as possible, I feel like you can do that by just adding on to what's already there and keeping, you're going to have some of the dumb shit of like, okay, they're not going to change the formula for My Rise. You're going to be assigned a persona every year. They do that.
No, it's the Call of Duty of the sports entertainment world.
Well, yeah, and they do that because they're like, well, we need something for the voice actor to call you instead of, just using regular name or whatever. Or when they don't want to assign you a persona, then they just call you Bud. So, you know, there's dumb shit that's gonna happen. But
playing Madden and even college football, I don't know if it's an AI thing, if the game just learns whatever it is, but like if you put in your last name, eventually it'll start saying it. So you're telling me you can't do that in a 2K game? Do they not have the technology? Or even if it's
I don't know.
It's a list of 500 names. You're telling me you couldn't have Michael Cole sit for a day and just read them all off?
Yeah, well, that's what they did for Fallout 4, wasn't it? Like Wheatley, he had like a whole like list of names that like they just assumed people would put in, and then they just kind of threw, you know, it was then like he recorded like dumb ones where it was like, "Hello, asshole," you know, like just like to kind of like cover all their bases. Maybe WWE doesn't have to go that deep, but yeah, doing something where like they can just, you know, have a whole bank of names and you pick 1 out of 50 or something like that. That you actually get to, you know, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Speaking of high asshole, he wasn't saying that to you, Jackal. Yeah. He was talking about talking about the video game.
Hello, is it working? Am I coming through?
Hello. Oh yeah, you're coming through. First time caller, long time listener.
Who the fuck said the itinerary was going to be Chicago, Iowa instead of Chicago, Illinois?
What itinerary?
Yeah, none of us gave you an itinerary. Where did you find that?
Live on location for Elimination Chamber. Who booked me to go to Chicago, Iowa, Chicago, Illinois?
Ooh.
I don't know. I think nobody was.
Did you get the wrong paper? Today you were supposed to be scouting for Jackal Mania. Elimination Chamber's not till Saturday. Did you get the wrong paper?
This is why we don't leave FGK in charge of shit anymore. God bless it.
Well, you put him in charge of shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, yeah, I guess it's my own fault then. I guess I need to turn around and start figuring out other location for Jackalmania and make my way to Chicago. Hi, my name's Jackal. I'm late.
I mean, I guess if you could find a nice bingo hall over there, maybe in Chicago, you can run Jackalmania. That might be in your budget.
As long as we're not going to Baghdad, Iraq, Saudi, the UK, and Detroit all in the same night like we did last year, I think I'll be fine.
Oh, but I loved going live from Baghdad. It was great. I love when Bombs Over Baghdad came back.
It was very
for only
expensive.
A single match, for one match, and then we had to hoof it to Riyadh. It makes no sense, but I booked it, I guess.
Mr. Moneybags.
So,
well, that's what happens when you give us the Amex card, you know?
Yeah.
What are we talking about, fellas? What are we on about?
Bitching and complaining about 2K.
And the fact that there's a fucking 6-7 emo, and I've now lost my will to live.
Yeah, we brought that one up. Yeah, you gonna unlock that one for Jackalmania? Hit that one on FGK.
Oh boy! And then I'm gonna use it in the island and play so much. And I'm gonna pay for a battle pass to use Mr. Iguana. And the premium one specifically, God forbid they put the characters in the free tier. Nope, you got to pay to get all these characters.
So we've been seeing the same Twitter posts. That's good.
Good. Now that we have the jackaliest of jokers, we can also do our picks. But 2K, we can start playing what?
I think it's the 6th.
The 6th, that's right. So next week.
Friday?
Yeah. And I believe you have until now to pre-order the game. And we're doing this on Monday. To pre-order the game and get all your in-game currency.
Yeah.
And also all those people that were free in the game last year, and now they're locked behind a paywall.
There's that too. Yeah.
So stupid. And Joe Hendry. Can't forget Joe Hendry. So far, the only Joe Hendry and early access are so far the only things that the pre-order seems worth in the slightest. I'm giving major benefit of the doubt that's worth it.
Are you telling me you don't want to spend $149.99 to get the Attitude Era pass and get the NWO and DX and China?
Mike, I would rather smooth the wrinkles out of my testicles with sandpaper as opposed to paying for $150 to have Red Kane and Biker Undertaker. I'm good.
That was a visual I didn't need.
Now, if they put in a pass of all of the Kanes, the Kane multiverse, cocaine, blue Kane, gay Kane, Gain, if you will.
I get it then.
Yeah, now we're talking, but NWO and DX, no, I'm good. I'll pass.
Finn Balor won in 2K25 and he got a half a star rating on a match, and it was listed as disappointing.
What is that? The random, like, almost a Gen X wrestler who spends more of his time in the ring than anything else doesn't know how to play a video game? I find that hard to believe.
I know, right? Oh,
Last week,
there's talent signing with Zuffa Boxing. You need to know that.
Oh, good.
Because, wrestlers are real good at doing shoot fights. Just ask CM Punk.
It's like Conor Benn in Steel with Zuffa Boxing. Apparently, he's a world-renowned boxer. Who cares? This is wrestling.
So this
Why the fuck would I care about?
So this is just
boxing?
Yeah. So this is just an ad for boxing.
In the middle of Raw.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Nick Khan, everybody.
It's also the same vibes of the WWE YouTube channel, like having a live stream of just random like prelim weigh-ins for boxers that no one fucking cares about.
Well, it's Nick Khan. Nick Khan's invested in the boxing shit.
Logan.
He's invested in it, and then he can embed his streams in the WWE channel, so that way he can get like millions of streams for this fucking Zuffa boxing thing that nobody gives a shit about.
Logan, pretty please. Once your brother's jaw is like surgically reconstructed, hey, pretty please, can your brother come box under our umbrella? I'll give you a main title, Mr. Logan Paul, please. I'm Nick Khan.
If Logan Paul ever carries a main championship, I will stop watching wrestling.
Well, we're halfway there. You got that US at one point, and so
I will continue to say this until we get this masked man unmasked, which will probably happen at Elimination Chamber. I'm still assuming that masked man is going to be revealed as Jake Paul. That is still my thought, is that it's going to be Jake Paul, and especially with Nick Khan trying to push all this boxing stuff down our throats, as seen by ads here. What a better way to integrate with Zuffa Boxing than to have Jake Paul and Logan Paul signed to TKO, where they could go back and forth at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
What a major fuck you to, I'm assuming, Grayson Waller, because I do see them doing shit like that where Grayson Waller is going to be the one to have all that on, do all the wrestling moves, but as soon as it comes time for the actual reveal, I 100% see them having Jake Paul be in there as well. I totally see them doing that.
Yeah.
So instead of this being more depressing...
Hey, I'm driving here! Use your blinker! Don't you know who I am? I'm Jackal of 3 Counted Out! Yeah, move! No, you're my... All right, never mind. I'm about to get into it with this guy. So we're on to Elimination Chamber now to make Mike a little happier, yes?
Yeah, well, I was going to be happier, and then Brock Lesnar showed up on my screen, so there's that.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it sounds like a great time then to talk about Elimination Chamber and distract us from the piss baby that is.
Right.
What's that card looking like?
Luckily, Netflix posts it now too, so you don't have to go to a random site. I don't know if this is necessarily in order, probably not, because I could see CM Punk versus Finn Balor being at the end. But the first match we can talk about in the list, at the very least, is Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, the Women's Intercontinental title. They've been feuding off and on for the last year and a half. With AJ Lee disappearing for a while and coming back.
Since WrestlePalooza.
I wasn't about that long. I wouldn't say a year and a half. I think it's more just
it feels like it's been forever.
That's a good point.
It's been like 3 face-to-faces, and that's about it.
And I guess when you leave for 6 months and come back again.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you leave and you come back,
returns,
and leave and you come back.
Yeah, can't keep on getting the same pop.
Yeah, get that Chicago pop. Why not?
It's in Chicago. I mean, I know I haven't exactly been watching that much, but it's just, yay, AJ Lee's back. She's gone. Survivor Series, she's gone. Oh, she's back again. And wow, she shows up for Mania season, and don't get me wrong, I'm glad she's here, but I also know how far behind WWE is in their WrestleMania ticket sales in comparison to last year's. And unfortunately, one thing that I know will definitely kind of bump up those numbers a little bit is AJ Lee's first WrestleMania in 11 years, where her last one was 31 in San Francisco with Paige and the Bellas. So I do think AJ takes this here. Beating Becky clean, dirty, whatever. I don't think it matters too much in Chicago. She's basically a Chicago girl now by proxy, and takes it into Mania to do literally whatever to if you know what I mean.
You went a little robo
Did he
there.
cut out for you too?
Yeah.
Jackal drove under a bridge.
Sorry.
Or into
driving
the bridge.
through the desolate fields of cornfields of Iowa. There's no cell reception out here.
He's catching every other tower.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
There's nothing. It's all corn. It's all corn. There's nothing. Why'd I go to Iowa? I was in Illinois. Oh God, I should have just went to Indiana. That's where the Bears are moving or whatever, basically.
Maybe. God, that'd be terrible. The Gary Grizzlies or whatever.
Don't worry, you guys know I'm gonna try to find another cell tower. I'll be here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, while you look for cellception, I think I could easily see AJ coming out of this with the title, especially because I thought they were going to be doing this at WrestlePalooza. That was always my assumption, was that they were going to do this till WrestlePalooza, and she was probably going to hold it until WrestleMania. But I think you can also just put it on her now. They're in Chicago. She can hit a Black Widow. Becky taps out. And there you go. And if nothing else, maybe you can run back AJ Lee versus Becky for a third time at WrestleMania, because WWE loves just running shit into the ground. Personally, I would like in WrestleMania, if AJ Lee is holding the belt, I think Maxine Dupree should be involved in that somehow, whether it's AJ versus
she's feuding
Maxine.
with Natty.
Okay, it could be maybe it's a 4-way then. Maybe it's like AJ, Becky, Natty, and Maxine, or maybe it's just AJ, Natty, and Maxine. Maybe I just feel like giving Maxine that spot could be an opportunity to kind of make her. I don't necessarily think that AJ should lose it at Mania, but I think the what the fuck is.
It's like he's hitting every pothole or something.
Yeah, damn, those roads suck. But I think AJ should definitely win at Elimination Chamber in Chicago. I think that's a very easy yes. And if you're looking to make the Chicago crowd happy, definitely a good way to do it.
So I'm gonna give my answer as well, but because I know there are wrestling fans that don't like Brock Lesnar. He's apparently showing up on every Raw for the next month and a half, except for next week and the week after, I think. But like, he's here today, and then March 16th, he'll be at every Raw, and they're doing an open Brock challenge to the whole roster leading up to WrestleMania. So,
Boy.
we get Brock Lesnar every week.
Here comes LA Knight to be his ultimate challenge when it should be fucking Obafemi.
I can't wait for Brock Lesnar to squash all of my favorite superstars every single week for no story, no reason, no championship, no nothing. Just because Brock Lesnar fucking needs something to do? Doesn't he have a fucking family to take care of? Go back to fucking Minnesota. Wait until SummerSlam.
No, he's already been on the teaser for WrestleMania.
I don't fucking
Gotta
want him
be
on
there.
WrestleMania. I don't want him any. Why did he even come back? Why is he here? Didn't he fucking retire like 3 times? Go back to the UFC.
No, from the way he's looking, he's doing far too many steroids to go to the UFC. Back to Becky and AJ, I also think we'll probably end up having
also doing steroids.
AJ Lee win. Hey, you never know.
That'd be fucking crazy.
She comes out just. I think we get that sweet moment at the end of Elimination Chamber to try and get as many tickets as possible with her having a belt, him having a belt, them uniting in the middle of the ring, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Leading into the next match, CM Punk and Finn Balor. Unfortunately for Finn, I don't see him taking a belt into Mania.
No.
They have already done Punk Roman, even though Roman is doing for his fucking storyline or the build up to this match. It's going to be probably a good match between CM Punk and Finn Balor, but it's CM Punk taking it. It's Chicago.
Let me put this out there, because I know I've said some pretty heinous predictions with Jake Paul and things like that. Let me put a good one out there, okay? Because we know that WWE loves their shock TV, right? They love changing it up. True. And as soon as you think you're on to something, as soon as you think you know where they're going, they want to change it up. They're always listening to people. And I think WWE has probably seen the overwhelming negative feedback about another Punk Roman at WrestleMania.
Maybe.
Listen, Finn Balor has been coming out with his nice, babyface theme where everybody can get behind him. They're still doing the chant when he comes out, right? He is still in that position where you could put a belt on him and he could run with it. And what better of a story to do for Finn Balor, the man who not lost, had the Universal title taken away from him to possibly defend the World Heavyweight Championship against the most accomplished WWE Universal Champion of all time.
It'd be great. Ooh. I'd love it. Especially because he wants it to just be his thing. If we got him in full demon attire at WrestleMania and we got the big grandiose entrance again, I would love that. I think that would be the best thing they could do. That would generate tickets. It would make for an amazing WrestleMania match on a card that so far is going to suck.
Yep.
That's why I think they're not going to do it.
Listen, I want to at least put that out there because that's my pick. I think the realistic pick is CM Punk goes out there and has an absolute cookie cutter match against Finn Balor, and nothing notable happens, and CM Punk wins 1, 2, 3. The answer that I would like is Finn Balor goes out there and fucking rocks CM Punk, and we get like New Japan Bullet Club Finn Balor, and he actually wins a fucking championship in the WWE and gets to run with this shit for as long as he can.
You know what would help that? Guess who was on Raw tonight to celebrate AJ Styles?
Oh, not me.
Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, the Good Brothers are back? The Good Brothers? Friends of the program?
Festus coming out at Elimination Chamber.
Festus. He did do Festus on the Indies like I think it was a couple months ago.
It was around Royal Rumble or something like that.
Yeah. It was like some like sizable indie around Rumble. They were doing their own.
In the corner.
Yeah, he just came out as Festus.
Anderson rang the bell.
That's awesome.
And even Anderson was like,
so funny.
"Oh fuck, what is wrong with you?" Like, that's perfect.
Rang the bell halfway through the match, and he just started eliminating everybody.
Yeah.
So, as far as I go, I'm gonna take a bit of both of yours. One, I just want to make it known. Again, you're gonna have to do some work again on the demon because the last time we saw it was. Wait, was that before? No, it was.
Did last time we saw the demon was Hell in a Cell.
39 against Edge and Hell in a
Yeah.
Cell.
Yeah.
Okay, so scratch that. I'm getting my concussions are starting to add up. I thought I got
that was when Finn Balor got a nasty concussion and they just stapled him back up because they were like, he's the demon. Yeah. We can't just stop the match. Like, we have to just patch him up, I guess.
Before that one was the good old Extreme Rules nut shot against Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and then he started seizing on the floor with his music, and it was the dumbest shit ever. But it's the demon. He has
supernatural.
I don't care. That shit was stupid as fuck. So again, I'm still kind of in the belief of, hey, if we're going demon, you kind of need to do some legwork here to maybe build it the fuck back up a bit. As far as Chamber goes, I do think Punk takes it. As long as Balor has more than a half-star match, I think he'll do better than his video game skills, at least, which I firmly believe he can do. However, with my knowledge through wrestling on social media, it looks like there's a big upswell in support for Balor over the past couple of months, correct?
Yeah. Everybody wants Finn Balor, yeah.
So, I do see Punk winning at Chamber. However, I do see there is a world where Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan's his way into the WrestleMania 42 main event, thus making it a triple threat where, again, the winner, that is up to be decided. However, Punk walks in as champion. I do think there is a chance that Balor could get added to that match, and I think that makes it a lot more interesting than just Punk Roman one-on-one.
Well, I'll say this, and this is obviously way too early for Dickums. I think
for Dickums, I like it.
Yeah, I think if there's going to be any multi-man match, it's going to be for the other belt, Drew McIntyre's. I think that's the one that's going to end up having like between 3 and 6 people. I think whatever match Roman is in is always going to be one-on-one, and they're just going to try and make it this like unnecessarily grandiose fucking match, even though like we could just have a great one-on-one fucking banger. No, let's get everybody involved and just have it be stupid
because it's Roman Reigns. They have to.
Exactly. It's been the last 5 years.
No, literally last year was a triple threat with him.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that this year.
That, though.
They're building up to a one-on-one because they're trying to say Roman is this big fucking star and he doesn't need that stuff.
Very true.
And we have the multi-man match pretty much already going on the other card because we're not going to do. I'll jump into one of the next matches because I'm going to tell you who I think my winner is. Unfortunately, the men's elimination chamber match with Randy, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and the Yeet Man himself, Jey Uso. They're not going to do a one-on-one with Drew and Cody at WrestleMania again. Run
it back.
Yeah. Because I think Cody's taking this chamber, which is a weird, interesting chamber. We get 2 dive spots from Javon and Jey Uso probably.
Well, a Javon dive spot in the chamber surely has to be him like scaling to the fucking ceiling and dropping off of like John Morrison, right? Like there's nothing
or an insane frog splash off the top of one of the things like Rob Van Dam used to do. Even though Rob Van Dam literally destroyed his knee when he
hopefully Javon's a little bit more safe about it. And I don't remember if we had talked about it on camera or not. I don't remember when I said this, but I assume Jey Uso being in the Elimination Chamber is climb up to the pod, run it back again, maybe run it back a third time just for good measure, and then Uso splash off the top pod or off the pod, where he'll probably miss. Jimmy will like half catch him, and then he'll be gassed for the rest of the match. I would love to see, because they have names in this match that you wouldn't. I mean, I know obviously I wanted El Grande Americano to be in there for the comedy spot, but like since he's not in there, we get spots that can go to Javon, or that can go to LA Knight, or can go to Trick Williams. like I think Trick Williams would be a great person to have win the Elimination Chamber just because of how fucking hot he is right now. When he comes out at SmackDown, when they do those arrival shots last week, it was just a shot of his shoes, just his fucking shoes, and the place went ballistic. And like, you have these guys that normally wouldn't be in this spot. LA Knight is a great guy who's been, you know, they've been overlooking him every single time and time again, right? They overlooked him for the Rumble. Everybody wants him. Like, maybe you could still pull the trigger on him, but really, I would like to see somebody like Trick Williams or somebody young as hell like Javon. Like, there's no reason for Javon. Like, he has plenty of time left. There's no real reason for him to be in this match right now besides doing the high spot. But what if people only expect him to do that high spot? What if he comes out with a main event chance at WrestleMania? Like, that's the kind of shit that could make a career.
True.
And doing it in Chicago, they are a crowd that, listen, that crowd is as much of an AEW crowd as it is a WWE crowd. They love some flippy shit. They love some flippy shit.
So is he your pick'em?
I think out of everyone there, my pick'em, I think probably Trick Williams has a better chance over Javon just because of how hot Trick Williams is. So I'm going to go with Trick. Switch it up a little bit.
I'd be okay. I'd be happy with it.
Now, as far as little old mind predicum goes, I do think that having the chamber in Chicago for what seems like the first time since I think like 05 or something or other, or like the first time ever, I think this chamber is going to be really good. I think it's going to be a much better crowd than Toronto last year. However, I think the chamber is a little less stacked than last year's was. Obviously, when you have like Punk, Cena, Seth in there, just those three alone can carry the chamber in of itself. But it's not taking anything away from this year's, albeit. However, I do think with the way that WWE storytells and sort of books these things, unfortunately, I'll be the boring one and just sort of take the safe route and say somehow, some way, Drew gets involved and sort of tries to screw over Cody, but ends up like interfering, and that leads to maybe Nick Aldis coming out, maybe restarting it in some way, shape, or form. I do think that the Mania match is Drew, Cody, Fatu, so I guess technically, I think my pick would have to be Cody with Fatu getting added along the way, I guess. It's boring, but it's safe and it's cookie cutter, and right now that's what WWE is, in my opinion.
So let me ask you this, because you said they add Fatu in somewhere down the line. You also said they add Finn Balor in somewhere down the line for the World Heavyweight Championship. So do you think both of them are triple threats, or?
I do think that both of them have the chance to be. I think Fatu getting added to the match is more likely going to happen more so than Balor. I think the Balor upswell would have to be like Yeselmania levels type of upswell from the fans for them to sort of bend the knee to that. I do think that there is a chance that both of these could be a triple threat. I don't think it's a very good chance. I personally think that would kind of make the card a bit more interesting, because I couldn't tell you the last time that both title matches were multi-man matches on any pay-per-view card, let alone a WrestleMania. So I think that's something different. Would it shake it up and make it interesting? Only time will tell.
Yeah, I unfortunately think that the Roman one is going to be one-on-one, but I think Drew's is going to be more than 3. Because he's been doing a lot of interfering in matches. So I think we also, at WrestleMania, we also get Randy Orton and maybe a couple other people involved that he's been screwing over in matches. So I think that match ends up bigger. Maybe there's a stipulation to it, some type of, I don't know, ladder match or something like that, where it's hung above the ring. I don't know. But
he's been kicking a lot of people in the head.
Yeah, exactly. He's been interrupting a lot of matches on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre has been doing more for his matches than probably anybody else in the company by far. I mean, shit, Roman Reigns didn't even show up the last week. He's not here this week, so he's not doing shit for his match. That's WrestleMania, and I was really delaying this match, hoping that the last qualifying match was going to be tonight. It's probably not. It's probably SmackDown. No. The women's, we have Tiffany, Rhea, Alexa, Asuka, Kiana James with the upset, and a TBD.
Who's in the qualifier?
I don't know.
That's a good question. We gotta do some investigative journalism here.
The last spot will be determined tonight on Raw
tonight
between Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Raquel Rodriguez. So probably Io Sky in the last spot.
You think they're going to take Io and put her in there with Rhea instead of one of the other ones?
Yeah, and then I think they do that, and then this is how we get like the will they, won't they? I don't think we see Rhea and Io actually like collapse yet. I think we still see them kind of work together for the most part in Elimination Chamber, but I could definitely see like an accidental, like ducking a clothesline or something like that, where it's, it's enough where people are like, oh, did they mean it? And then, on Raw, we get them going like, shit happens. It's fine. It's whatever. But like, maybe this is where we see a little bit of a split start to happen. Realistically, I think, kind of in the same sense of the men's chamber match, where it's kind of like, okay, there's people in here that don't necessarily need to be here yet, trying to make a star out of something here. I think Kiana James is probably the only one that would really like benefit the most from winning this. Obviously, Tiffany Stratton getting another title opportunity, always going to be good for her because she's still very early in her career as well. I could definitely see Tiffany walking out of it as well, but I want to keep the picks fun this year, so I'm going to say Kiana James.
Ooh,
build a star, take a risk. WWE won't, but I'd like them to.
Looking at the match so far, besides for Tiffany, all the other people are involved in a tag team.
Yes.
Rhea, Rio, Alexa's with Charlotte, Asuka, Kabuki Warriors, Kiana James is with Julia. And I think for the last spot, Judgment Day comes and interferes. That's how we get Raquel in there. So there isn't any tag team, unless they plan on breaking a tag team up, which obviously, they've done a billion times, could happen. But their women's tag division is kind of sparse. So I don't know if they'll do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put Raquel in there just to have another big person in to do big spot in there. That being said, I don't think she's going to win. I think it's going to be... The smart bet would say Rhea, but I want it to be Alexa or Asuka. If we could get the Asuka from NXT and have her go on a title run,
yes,
that'd be great. Or if we could get like the mean girl Alexa she was when she first had the belt, because she's been like this weird Firefly Funhouse version of herself since she was with Bray Wyatt, and they just haven't done really anything with the character.
Yeah, she's like Wyatt adjacent.
She's just kind of been that way. So unless they're going to go all in on it or something, I would like to see her kind of revert to form when she was kind of like the head of the division. She was good at talking shit. She was good at doing all that stuff because she went from being an NXT nobody champion, and she was great at it. Mm-hmm. So I think either one of them. I don't know which one. I guess give me Asuka for now, just because they've been having her kind of have dominant wins here and there. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and I think they've done a very good job of portraying Asuka as like a legitimate veteran and a legitimate threat on TV. Like they've done a very good job of getting that over. So I could see that.
Now, Liv is going after Vaquer at Mania, correct? Or is she undecided?
No, she confirmed it tonight by beating the shit out of Stephanie Vicaire.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the winner of this is for Jade.
Mhm.
In what, her first title defense or second?
No, like fourth or fifth. She's had
had a couple.
handful.
I remember the last time we talked about it, you guys are like, yeah, she's never really defended it at all, actually. I was like, oh.
Well, she's
really.
had it for
months,
right? She's had it for a good while. She's only had 4 or 5 defenses, and they're trying to make it part of her. They're trying to make it part of her character now, where she does what she wants on her time, and she doesn't care what the internet has to say about it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's on purpose. It's on purpose. They're totally not just doing this to drag a championship reign out for Jade Cargill.
To fluff up those numbers, or fluffing up numbers, and her numbers are currently getting fluffed.
Which you don't have to. Jade Cargill in AEW fucking ripped through people for like almost a year.
72-0 or something like that.
Yeah, it was almost a year before she showed any sort of weakness, and then it was even after that where it just kept going. So like, you don't need to show that it's not like you need to treat her weak. It's not, Mike. What you?
It's Raw. Frankie Kazarian is walking down the hall, which I was like, oh, Frankie Kazarian.
Oh, because the AJ Styles tribute. Yup.
Oh,
he opens a fucking boiler room door and Abyss is standing there.
Fuck. Yeah, AJ Styles is legendary feuds with fucking Abyss, bro.
Actually,
Jesus.
So TNA knowledge. Early in TNA, he did have some absolutely fucking insane matches with Abyss. They had a 6 sides of steel match. If you ever want to watch somebody that you think might have been killed by just a caged door, Abyss swings for the fences and just nails AJ. And that's one of those first times where you hear an announcer go, oh no, that during the pay-per-view, and you're like, did that actually hit him? Is he okay? And they go on to have, like, it shows how strong AJ is. Obviously, Abyss is throwing him around. It was such a cool fucking match. So to see him, granted, you can tell he's not wrestling anymore. Boy is flabby. But
as Chris Park in an Abyss mask. That is.
Yeah, that is definitely Chris Park in an Abyss mask. That's not Abyss cosplaying as Chris Parks anymore.
So,
hey, speaking of Raw, something I did see on Raw though. Speaking of getting sidetracked, the Masked Man, not Grayson Waller, he is back with New Day.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so still could be Jake Paul. Jackal, I apologize for sidetracking completely.
That's okay. I'll kind of keep it short and sweet then, because I realistically I would love a meat on meat type of match. I think a powerhouse fucking showdown of Jade on Rhea would be extremely entertaining to watch. It's just the whole reason of her being tied in with Io right now, I don't think is going to happen. So I do like how Mike sort of explained it. I would love to see kind of that, like, return to form NXT style Asuka, because to a certain degree, I feel like she also was that, not really final boss, but like gateway boss, if you will. Like, hey, once you beat Asuka, your title reign's kind of proven a little bit more. I don't think whoever wins the chamber is going to beat Jade at Mania, because I think they want to try to solidify her a lot more as well. But I do think an Asuka and Jade Cargill match would be pretty fun to watch. So I'm going to go with Asuka here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
And that.
I was just going to say, I think all of our picks just highlight the fact that WWE desperately needs to make some stars in their women's division, because they are all tied up in tag teams.
Like, yeah, well, it doesn't help when one of the we all tried. It doesn't help when you're just creating tag teams instead of like having teams come in and establishing them. Like the Dudleys were always a tag team Hardys were always a tag team until they split up. You know, Edge and Christian were a tag team forever, like all tag teams the whole time. That's why, holy shit, I'm blanking on their names now. That's embarrassing. Katana Chance and
Caden Carter.
Caden Carter?
Yep.
Yeah, they were a tag team. Like they didn't start off as a tag team, but when they were put together, they then stayed as a tag team. And then they went, a tag team for a tag division? Nah. Fuck that. We'll get them out of here. It's just like they need to have some actual tag teams that are supposed to stay tag teams so that your stars can go be ours. Unless you're gonna have people carrying multiple belts.
It's almost like you need to give time for these teams to sort of build synergy or maybe work on like chemistry with one another. And then also you want to give a spotlight showcase to these teams and maybe like, you know, if they do these live events and maybe, you know, they get actually really good and you want to give them a spot on a pay-per-view, it's almost like you need more than four matches on a card per premium live event. I don't know, though. That makes too much sense. Forget about it. Fuck it. Just put Jade Cargill and Stephanie McCarron in a tag team. Just call them the champs. They can hold all the gold. It's perfect.
Jackal, why put more matches on a PLE when they can just rush those matches into the SmackDown before or the Raw after?
Duh.
If it's good enough for a PLE,
like,
it's good enough for Netflix.
I feel like we're just depressing. Feel like we're just depressing ourselves more. Feel like, you know, Jackal is trying to drive through cornfields.
Wow.
How about we move over to something that's now in the off season? Keep it short because we've been talking about wrestling for a bit. We even got to talk about the game. How about we talk about the top 20? Not all of them. We don't have to talk about all of them. The top 25 free agents going into this offseason. What do you think, Jackal?
I'm running out of cell tower, so we might have to make her quick.
Okay, because there's a few names on here. Obviously, some of them have been franchise tagged or are going to be. Like George Pickens, they already are talking about franchise tagging him with like a tag of $28 million. Yeah, Kyle Pitts is getting franchise tagged, which before this year, I don't think anybody ever thought Kyle Pitts was going to get franchise tagged. And then there was somebody else I just can't remember. But like the number one free agent so far is Malik Willis, who's probably going to go on to be. He's been the backup the whole time at Green Bay. He's now going on to probably be a starter somewhere. Jets or Browns.
That works out well for everybody.
Yeah, that doesn't help when you're like, here's one piece in this shit soup we have going on. That's going to make it better, right?
Buddy. Figure it out.
A bay leaf in this shit stew we're going to serve you. That fixed it, right? But yeah, he's number one. We have, like I said, George Pickens. I don't know if anybody's actually going to trade for him or if they're going to end up signing him. Like I said, they're going to franchise tag him. I don't know if anybody's really going to want to occur that, especially since this is the only team he's had like a good behavior on. So I think he probably stays in Dallas. Tyler Linderbaum, who I believe center, right?
Yeah, center or guard. He's a big boy, smack dab in the middle on the Ravens.
Yeah. Again, I know besides for that dude from the Bengals, that's a free agent who's actually good this year. He's also a piece that a couple teams could really use.
Like us.
Yeah. A wide receiver that went out and made a name for himself. If the Colts don't re-sign him, especially because they're already talking about getting rid of Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce is technically free agent.
Ooh, Colts. The Colts are a weird one next year because they should because they have no picks They have no picks. They went all in on this season, and it fucking backfired. Like, I think they sent 2 or 3 first rounders to the Jets for Sauce Gardner. So I would definitely exactly. Yeah, I would try to re-sign him.
Yeah, like I said, they're also talking about like releasing Michael Pittman Jr. or trying to trade him away and get a couple draft picks for him.
Why is he technically a free agent? What's the asterisk?
Well, because he is as of right now free agent. But when you're a team like that, you're going to go, okay, you can go test, but they're also going, well, or we can give you this much money, and then you don't have to go test.
Okay.
Also, still get first dibs. Like, he's still their player, but he's also still a free agent as well.
Yeah, he can go look at offers. Yeah. All right.
Like the next person on this list, who this year didn't do much and has been, as we talked about in wrestling, diminishing returns, Ray Hendrickson. DN for the Bengals. Used to be one of the best. Now he's just kind of there.
And he fucked his back. I don't want to touch him because he's going to ask for too much money. He's kind of the broken man in SpongeBob, all wrapped in bandages. So he kind of fucked himself, unfortunately. But I mean, he'll probably still get sacks. It's just I don't want to touch it. You know,
not unless you can get him for chips and a handshake.
I'm thinking a Coke and a hand job.
Ooh, look at you upselling. There's a few people on the list, but the next big name, somebody that is now a Super Bowl MVP, K9, Kenneth Walker III. If Seattle doesn't re-sign him, dumb fucking idea. I get Zach Charbonnet is great.
They'll re-sign him.
But yeah, I think you kind of have to at this point. If not, holy missed fucking opportunity. That man's gonna rush for like 2,000 yards on any other team.
Especially with how much money that they have. They have a lot of cap space, so they'll definitely. If a deal is not worked out between those two, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, well, this is realistically. We already kind of talked about it. They're realistically the team that if they went back to back, everybody would be like, "Duh." They kept everybody. if they're able to bring him back, person on this list, if they bring him back, Shaheed. If they bring both of them back, that's pretty much everybody from the team back on the team.
Yeah, they got it. That's a good trade that they send to New Orleans, man. That's, hey, Seahawks, good coaching staff, good squad. I'm so glad that the Lions don't see him next year, man. I'm real happy about that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Rashid Shaheed, technically a free agent. Again, if there's a world where he doesn't get re-signed to like a 2-3 year extension for the Seahawks, I'm shocked, because that man is dynamite on a kick return, and then he even showed he can do a deep threat as a wide receiver. And then we have one of the only players, the Jets, that isn't just stake in the ground with a little face painted on it. Breece Hall, the running back, and I don't think you could give him enough money to go back to the Jets. Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Maybe he'd be like, "I'll go back," but I can doubt it. Some team is going to get.
I don't think he wants to go back, and I don't think the Jets want him either.
No.
The
probably
Jets
like, I don't know how good he is. Well, yeah, because he's been playing behind a line that's somehow worse than the Bengals.
The Jets are sitting on like 5-6 first round picks right now.
Yeah. Yep.
They have the capital to get the next Breece Hall in the draft. I personally think Jets fucking tank next 2 years, kind of recoup some money, recoup some picks, recoup some players, and they kind of let the money build up over the next 2-3 years. They use these picks to kind of go crazy, and then they go. I think that here's a wild take. I think the Jets are going to be a threat in the year of our Lord. I'll say 2029. 2029. I think the Jets are a threat. I'm calling it now.
Put it on paper, folks. You heard it here first.
Baby.
2029. Jackal has Jets.
Watch out for the
Super
Jets.
Bowl.
Jackal has Jets go to the Super Bowl.
Whatever Super Bowl that is. Yeah. 2029 Super Bowl. Jets.
Yep.
Jets are in
Jets
it, baby.
versus Lions. Book it, you cowards.
Right. The Lions by that point are going to be in their quote unquote 47th rebuild phase.
Yeah.
47th time's the charm.
Over the course of 3 years, 47. Damn, all right.
Other names on this list, Mike Evans, but I don't know how much he's actually going to do anywhere. He's going to kind of be like the Keenan Allen of a team now. Cade Otton is a free agent. Kyle Pitts, but like I said, they franchise tagged him, which I saw that and I almost fell out of my chair. I didn't think anybody.
2 good games over the course of 4 years worthy of a franchise tag.
Get that check, baby. Get that check.
Isaiah Likely from the Ravens is a free agent. I think he gets nabbed up and ends up as a starter somewhere, or at the very least as a hell of a backup.
I think that's the Ravens tag. I don't think they used the tag on Linderbaum. I think they used the tag on Likely.
Oh, I didn't even see they had a tag on him yet.
I believe they still have it, but I don't think they've used it. I do think they do use it on Likely, though.
I think he was off and on injured this year, though, right? And they kind of used Mark Andrews more than they thought.
He's getting older too, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. If I was them, I'd keep Isaiah Likely around, but I just don't know if they're going to be smart enough to do that.
True. Very true. Also, the first year without John Harbaugh, too.
Yeah. One season filled with injury isn't enough to pull Isaiah Likely off a team. It's just a bad season. It'll be fine.
And then, there's a few more names on here. Travis Etienne, which if they don't re-sign him again, I'd be shocked. The Jags. But then Wan'Dale Robinson is the last one off of the Giants, which he was kind of there. He came out and was like a star wide receiver he kind of came out of nowhere. So again, I think you re-sign him. I think you let him and Jackson Dart have a rapport and let it grow. I think he was off the Giants, right? I'm not fucking that up, and he was off the Patriots secretly.
That's also a perfect wide receiver too. If Malik Neighbors is going to keep garnering all that attention, I think that is a perfect JMO to Amon-Ra is Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors. I love keeping him on the Giants. Right. I'm not even saying that ironically either. That's a really good pairing.
Yeah, I think they'd be dumb to let him go. But yeah, there's a bunch more names on the list. That was just kind of the start, but there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people to get picked up that would help teams. I don't know if either of our teams are going to pick any of these people up. It'd be nice if they did.
Well, the fucking Eagles got the magician in the GM slot, and we just got the draft wizard in our GM slot. So
yeah, I think pray to Howie Roseman, and everything will be all right.
Eagles will probably make more free agency moves. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions make 1 or 2. I don't think we're going to do much just because of the money situation, and Taylor Decker and also Graham Glasgow have not said much of anything yet. However, free agency is not going to start until middle of March-ish, so I think like 2 or 3 more weeks. So we do have a little bit more of a waiting period until any news starts breaking as well.
Yeah. I was going to bring up Jalen Phillips, but I don't know if the Eagles are actually going to let him go or not.
I think it depends on the money.
So. Yeah,
I feel like
the Eagles aren't really letting anybody go right now. It's more just trying to keep who we can and build up from there. Yeah, it's probably just going to come down to, just literal if they have money for it, which they should. So, time will tell.
Yeah, there's plenty of linebackers to pick up, plenty of running backs. Well, not plenty, a few running backs, a few wide receivers. Some stuff to at least look forward to during the offseason. A little bit of excitement.
Can I pick up a butt dick kiss in free agency or no?
From what I heard, he got busted for what can be described as a school bus full of drugs.
Oh
Ooh.
God, is he selling Quaaludes to middle schoolers again?
Again?
From what I heard, he was eating and I quote off of the arrest report, a bowl full of cereal.
Oh, boy. Oh boy. And I thought last week's episode was the dark episode. Oh,
Breakfast
God.
is the most important meal of the day. So
and on that note.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got some stuff to look forward to with the NFL free agency. But one other thing that I want to talk about, speaking of things to look forward to, is the mysterious box that has been going around WWE, which by the time this episode comes out at Elimination Chamber, we will probably know because it is postmarked do not open until 2/28/2026, which is Elimination Chamber. There are a couple names that have been thrown around out there, so I just want to run them past you. The two that I've been seeing have been Chris Jericho or Danhausen. I don't know if Danhausen is signed by WWE. I don't know where he came from, if I'm being honest.
I don't even think Danhausen knows where Danhausen came from.
No, I think.
Well, he's from Michigan, but other than that,
Okay, yeah, okay. I think the idea with Danhausen was literally just that he does unboxing videos sometimes. I think that was the idea.
If they just unbox Danhausen and then release him, I am going to shit somebody's pants.
Listen, they could. For the record, also, I said Danhausen and Dandyhausen popped in. Danhausen might be in the WWE. We don't know yet.
Hell yeah!
Distant hell yeah from Dandyhausen. Yeah, no, I think Danhausen going into the WWE from this mysterious box would be like the fucking equivalent of the gobbledygooker. I don't see that ending well for Danhausen, unfortunately. I think a lot of people wanted to be Chris Jericho. What?
I said his gimmick works in certain areas. I don't know if WWE is one of them.
And I think also if Danhausen does debut, yes, it's in front of a Chicago crowd. So like he gets that kind of, because he's he's associated with CM Punk, he's kind of in that group. So like Chicago would cheer him. He's gotten great reactions in Chicago with AEW.
Damn it. If CM Punk wins because Danhausen puts a fucking curse on Finn Balor.
Let me tell you a match I don't want. I do not want Danhausen versus Finn Balor or Danhausen versus the Demon Finn Balor. I don't want that. I don't want that. If Danhausen debuts in the WWE, legitimately, he needs to go to NXT. And I'm not saying that in the sense of he needs to go to developmental. I'm saying that in the sense of he needs an audience that is there every single week and knows every single thing that he's doing. A regular WWE audience is not going to realize that Tequila is playing over the PA of the stadium. You know what I mean? Like, he would work better in that NXT crowd, and he can come up to WWE for things like the Royal Rumble and things like that. I don't think Danhausen doesn't belong in the WWE. I think there is a spot for him there. R-Truth is a perfect example of that. There is a spot on the main roster for a guy that can go, but is still also funny. I think the box should be Chris Jericho. Now, that being said, I'm a little concerned if Chris Jericho has been in this box for like 2 weeks now without any air holes. But I think that's the reveal that everybody wants. And if it's not Chris Jericho, I don't think it's gonna work. It's just gonna be people disappointed, and we're still gonna get the same people on wrestling Twitter being like, "Where's Chris Jericho?" Blah 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 blah. Something also to point out with it possibly being Jericho is his Fozzy tour just ended, so he's got time to go back to WWE.
Oh, fair. Well, I'll say this, and I can rule him out for at least the box. Still can't for being El Grande Americano.
Mm-hmm.
Omos was on Raw tonight.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
What?
he's alive.
He was on Raw.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they put him. He was talking with Petey Williams and Jeremy Borash, so they were both looking at his dick while he was standing
Nice.
above them.
Omos, go
Nice.
stand next to these two dudes of normal height.
Petey Williams, I believe, is like 5'7", and Jeremy Borash, I believe, is the same height. So
That's how tall I am.
and then Omos
Calling
is
us short?
7'4".
Yeah, probably somewhere around there.
So yeah, you're
Yeah.
looking like a straight dick.
Now,
Like,
did he have any red, white, and blue on?
he had all like a reddish pinkish suit.
Ah,
Could be.
was El
Could
Grande
be.
Americano in the same room as him?
No,
Hey, it still could be. We have no way to tell. There is truly no way to tell.
no.
Could be Omos.
As far as the box goes, I want it to be Chris Jericho just for the sole reason of canonically he has been pissing and shitting on himself for the past 2 weeks, and I think that's fucking hilarious.
I kind of do hope that whoever it is, they open the box and they're just like,
It's a corpse.
open it, they close it back up. We can't open this. I'm
Nope, we
sorry.
can't-
There's a dead
Can't
body in
show
there.
that on
We
national
can't
television.
show this.
Al, I did see one other theory online, which I wanted to save for the last because realistically, I think this is probably where it's going, unfortunately.
Vince McMahon pissing on somebody.
No, he's in court right now. Yeah, no, he can't.
Oh, that's
That'll
right.
be, yeah, no, they'll arrest him for that.
That body cam footage was fucking wild.
Yeah.
That body cam footage, that was, let me tell you something, that humbles a billionaire right there.
Real quick.
But
Real fast.
I saw online, according to my source, says that it's going to be the Andre the Giant Battle Royale trophy.
Oh God!
And that's why the box.
boo.
Apparently, that's why the box is so big, because it's going to be like life size, Andre the Giant.
I want Chris Jericho covered in poop, not that. Put that on a fucking shirt.
Wanted that to be Chris Jericho covered in poop.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You and me both.
Where's your fucking clip?
Hey,
Where's your fucking
let
clip, huh?
us know in the comments below. Do you want it to be Chris Jericho covered in poop?
I'll say if it's just a fucking trophy, a sandpaper hand
What a
job of a
waste.
reveal.
Yeah.
What a waste.
No, that's why I saw it. I was like, oh, it's absolutely this. It's absolutely this. It's not going to be Chris Jericho. That'd be something people want. It's not going to be Danhausen. That'd be the gobbledygooker in 2026. It's the Andre the Giant Battle Royale Memorial Trophy or whatever the fuck they're calling it, because they're going to do it at WrestleMania this year, and they haven't talked about it once. So this is how you get it on the card. I don't like
Hate
it,
that.
but yeah, a little bit of a depressing note to end it on.
You know what would be worse?
Hmm?
You know what would be slightly worse? Whoever wins the Elimination Chamber gets to be the final entrance in the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial. That's the
I
big
can't wait
reveal
for
at the end of
Bronson
the-
Reed to win this thing again.
Oh.
No, it's going to be Obafemi or Royce Keys or somebody.
Oh my
And it's-
God, that's exactly who's going to win it. What a better way to get him to the main roster in front of people's faces than Powerhouse Hobbs to win the freaking Mae Young Battle Royale or whatever.
Mae Young, no, that's the women. That's
Remember
entirely
when that
different.
one was a thing?
Heck, every legend you have. I want the Mae Young Classic. Mae Young Battle Royal.
The Bubba
The
Ray
fucking
Dudley
Fabulous
Table
Moolah
Royale.
Battle Royale, and then it came out that Fabulous Moolah abused to sexually assaulted
Yeah.
multiple women backstage.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. What a fun
Womp.
episode this has been.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I ruined all this.
We're 2 for 2, baby. Last week we were talking about death penalty and Stephon Diggs going to jail. This week we're talking about Fabulous Moolah sexually abusing people and Chris Jericho being locked in a box for 2 weeks,
Covered in
pissing and
poop.
shitting all over himself.
The only thing that would make this better if it was only thing that would make these better is if they were the Christmas episodes.
Oh
no. We got quite a lot of time. We got about 10 more months until our Christmas episodes. So
I'll make sure to darken it up before then.
Great. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, if you want to see how dark our episodes can get, make sure you hit the follow button, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to be putting a lot of stuff out once 2K26 drops. Whether the game is good or not, we'll get some videos out on it. So definitely make sure that you're subscribed. So that way you get all of that. And then on Spotify, make sure you hit that follow button. Leave us a 5-star rating because we're a 5-star podcast. Even though we've talked about death and pissing and shitting on yourself for 2 weeks in a row.
If you want to see how dark I can get. What?
That's an interesting sentence. Are you sure you want that one to be your sign off? Are you sure?
If you want to see how dark I can get, don't. That's extremely weird. But if you want to see me in general, twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker work just as good.
And
if you like what I said, I was right. Raquel won.
Oh, good.
If you don't like what I say here, that's okay. I'm going to be investigating every crate I can find in hopes of finding a Chris Jericho getting pooped on or whatever.
And if you'd like to find me in non-poop related content, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or youtube.com @EraV1Music. Yeah, this was a weird one. Jackal, I think maybe it's because he got hit too hard on the head last week and a chair dropped on you.
Yeah, I can't even. This whole time you guys are telling me to like run away. I can't even run away anymore. I'm in my car. I can't do nothing. I got clocked upside the head. And all of a sudden, I had to drive to Iowa for the chamber. They're like, oh, it's in Chicago, Illinois. It's like, oh, well, I got to turn around then.
Again, you got the wrong paper there, man. That's on you. But yeah, it's I felt a little bad when you got a chair dropped on you last week. So this week, whoever wants to take it. I just here. I'm gonna move my mic so I don't punch it like an asshole. Just a free shot. Whoever wants it.
Yep.
Whoever wants it.
Well, Mike, I'm being a good boy. I got 10 and 2, so I think it's all you.
Mike, lay it on me, man. Lay it on me.
Thick and creamy, like you always do.
Thick and creamy. Oh, yeah. That's great. Yeah. Right over the head.
Smack it.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, it worked! Oh, it worked! Mike, pin him! I got you! You get the pin! You get the pin!
He's bleeding. 1. I got it. Okay. I got it. Okay.
1.
I'm not used to pinning.
3.
Oh, jeez.
You ring that bell, baby.
Oh, jeez. I actually hit him with that. Oh, no.
You connected. You really connected. Oh, I think he's writhing.